Hello, I'm Alan Matthews from Classical Guitar Shed, and in this video you will hear 3 ways that you can bring any piece past your current ceiling. If you've gotten your piece to a particular point but you cannot get it any further, you don't know how to polish it, you don't know where else to go with it, here are 3 little things that you can do, 3 little ways you can look at it that will bring it up to the next level for you. If you enjoy it, please subscribe to this channel. Before we begin, there's a couple of assumptions. First off, this is for advanced players. This is if you're intermediate or you're advanced, it's not for beginners. If you're still beginning, then there are other things that you can do, but that's not the topic of this video. This is assuming that you know your music. Ideally, you have it memorized. You're working on a piece, and you're a decent level player. Any level player is decent, but you're an advanced player. So assuming that, then here are 3 areas you can look at. And these are, very quickly, rhythm, legato, and tone. And so we'll talk about what each of those means, because each of them is an entire universe unto themselves. So first off, you've gotten your piece, you've learned it, you've worked out all this stuff, right? But it's still just not sounding right. So let's just take the Capriccio. With rhythm includes everything to do with time. So then when we question, how can I make this rhythm better? We can say, okay, first off, do I know all the rhythms in the piece? And we're assuming that yes, you do. But then you can look at the thrust and feel of the piece. So does it die anywhere? You can record yourself and listen to it and say, does the energy wane at any point? And am I losing that forward momentum? That's a great way to, and then what am I doing? You could be slowing down at the weird spot, or slowing down too much, or what Andre Segovia would do is he really loved these notes up here, so he would just stop everything and just listen to it, and then start playing again, and I don't think it worked, but you can listen for those things. Agogic accents, which are like delaying the onset, anything to do with rhythm, slowing down, speeding up, everything, choosing the tempo that you're actually playing it with, keeping your rhythm very crisp, very decisive, and very demonstrative, everything to do with rhythm. The next is legato, and legato is connecting, it's keeping things connected. On one level, we know legato is just connecting one note to the next. Okay, there's no gaps between those notes, but also what legato is keeping the melody line up front. Is the music legato? Is the music smoothly connecting from one phrase to the next, from one idea to the next? Is the bass line connecting with the bass line? So that includes, but is not limited to, balance. So is the melody up front? Is that the main thing? How is the bass line? So it includes your dynamics, you're getting louder, getting softer, the balance of the parts between themselves. And it also includes, just to round it out, the keeping the accompaniment far in the back, and that's a really big one. So accompaniment, melody, accompaniment. So making sure that it's not, that's not the melody. So doing all of that, that's legato. Legato is connecting those ideas. It's also connecting the big sections. Does one section connect with the next section, or does it come to a dead stop? If it comes to a dead stop, it's not legato over the scope of the entire piece. And then the final area is tone. Is the sound quality good? So is it too tinny? Is it too woolly and woofy? Is it appropriate for the mood of the piece? Is it a happy piece and you're actually playing it with this really dark, angsty sound? Like what is going on for each section, for each part? Does the bass need to be punchy? Does the bass need to be really just round and fat? How, for each line, what is the tone quality? And overall, what is the tone quality? And that might mean adjusting the right hand. It could be, it's usually the right hand because that's the one making the sound. But it could be one, really listening, and two, figuring out how do I do this? It could be working on your nails. It could anything to make the sound quality better. So those are three areas that can lift your playing. The beauty of these is that if you get a 10% improvement in any one of these little spots, if your rhythm becomes 10% more alive, that's huge. It's a huge change for the overall effect of the piece. If you get your dynamics, if you get your balance just a little bit better, to where your accompaniment voice is just a little bit softer, well, then that's going to improve everything. And these incremental improvements add up, and all of a sudden, everything you're playing is way, way better. So I hope you've enjoyed this. So rhythm, legato, and tone. Just three, it's just a little, there are other things obviously that we can do, but those are just some three little guide points that you can just bring up in your practice to answer the question, what do I work on now to get this piece better? I'll work on the rhythm. I'll work on the legato, and you'll explore those as deeply as you can. All right, have fun with that. I hope it helps. And if you enjoyed this, please subscribe to this channel. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.